When you hear the name Iron Maiden, you probably think of the 1980s heavy metal rock band. A team of high school students might just change that image, along with the notion that girls aren't interested in science and technology. They're from the Bronx High School of Science in New York City, and they call themselves the Iron Maidens.
We had a playlist last year dedicated to just Iron Maiden music, so when we were in the shop we could really get into our team spirit.
We came up with the Iron Maidens because I think one of the co-founders really liked heavy metal and they were really into it. So we took the element from the periodic table and made that our team name.
For the past 5 years, these students have competed in the first robotics competition. This competition challenges high school students from around the world to design and build a robot in only 6 weeks. The students then pit their robots against each other in a game of strategy and skill.
So this year's game is called Locomotion, and the point is to get these inflatable tubes up onto these pegs on a wall. And so some of these go as high as 10 feet. So you have to create a robot that'll be stable and be able to get something up that high without falling over.
The game starts off with a 15-second autonomous period, where robots run purely on computer code. Next, students manually control the robots for a period of 2 minutes, trying to place as many inner tubes as they can. To accomplish these tasks, the Iron Maidens build a robot that reflects a solid understanding of physics and engineering.
This here is our 2011 robot, and well, it's still bagged up, but this is the main chassis on the bottom, so we try to center the gravity towards the back of it because the arm is really heavy, so that when we're driving around it won't tilt forward. This is the main arm, and what we used is a pulley system, so we had to like string metal wiring, steel cables through it, and a couple of times so that it would pull this whole arm piece up and down. We're using pneumatics, which is all of these neon green tubing for so that the arm can lift up and down. So even as it's going, sliding up and down the arm, the clamp here can grab onto the tubes.
Sound complicated? Well, this year's competition added on a special challenge, a robot within a robot.
And then there's the last 15 seconds of the match. You have to deploy your mini-bot, and then it should travel up a 10-foot pole to get you extra points.
This year's mini-bot needs to climb up a pole, so it has features that can help it do that. So when this is deployed off of our robot, the pole will end up between these two wheels. And when the pole is between the two wheels, it'll knock off this limit switch. And when this portion gets hit by the pole, it rolls up.
Getting the robots to complete their tasks and work together is no small accomplishment, and is mostly done with elegantly written computer code.
We currently program our robot in Java, and when we program our robot, we're basically giving it a series of instructions to follow. So when you press a button, it does something, or when you press a joystick, it moves.
So how did it go with this year's regional competition?
We're doing, I think, reasonably well. We have a 6-wheel drivetrain, so that's creating a lot of friction out there, so I have trouble turning and everything. But so maneuvering is really what we're trying to get through. So we put some duct tape on some of the wheels to create less friction. I mean, our ultimate goal is to really, hopefully, maybe get to finals. That would be really great because I mean, personally, I don't want the experience to end, and I would like to go to St. Louis sometime later on in the year. So we'll see what happens, though.
Unfortunately, the Iron Maidens did not end up in the top 3. But they did win an award for entrepreneurship, given to the team that presents the best overall business plan. Called a victory for girls and for engineering.
Girls should be interested in science and technology because it's a really interesting field. Everyone should be interested in it, and especially because it's going to change the world in the future. I mean, it's changing the world right now.
Our real goal as a girls team is to be able to kind of dispel all those stereotypes that girls have about girls in engineering or just people in general. Being able to build something that moves and it's like a 100-pound robot, I think that's really amazing, and it's really empowering, and yeah.